dangerous pest. So call Bluegrass Pest Management and let the pros take care of your problem. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, providing much needed jobs to local people. With 3 locations in Hazard, London, and Hindman, they treat rats, mice, roaches, bed bugs, termites, and many more. Open Monday through Friday and now servicing all of Kentucky. Say goodbye to your uninvited guests today. Call Bluegrass Pest Management. Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hi, I'm attorney David Johnson. You may recognize me from some of our other ads, but injuries from an auto accident are no joking matter. With over 25 years of experience, our offices have the resources and expertise to go head to head with big insurance. While most of our cases get resolved without going to court, trust me, they know if the attorney you choose will take it this far. Either way, our clients get paid. So for all your legal needs, get the pros on your side.
TVS has made a commitment to bringing you the best channel lineups and most diverse video packages available. We are proud to introduce Broadband TV, our newest and most affordable video package yet. 48 of the most watched channels we offer, some new channels only available with this package, and over 300 of the best free ad-supported channels available, all for only $29.95.
Home sweet home. At First Federal Savings and Loan of Hazard, we've been providing our friends and neighbors the sweet dream of homeownership since 1960. We're proud to support the community we work and live in. That's why we take so much pride in providing competitive rates, low closing costs, and quick turnaround by local decision makers. Investing and growing our community is what we do. At First Federal Savings and Loan of Hazard, we believe that there's no place like our home. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance helps protect more than 474,000 Kentucky families and businesses. Many of our members have been with us for years, even decades. Perhaps it's because of the competitive rates or our unmatched service. Or maybe the biggest reason is they know they can count on Kentucky's insurance company to be there when it matters. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Come right to the source and get the region's best basketball coverage. HT24 puts you right in the middle of the action, and it's free to watch on Facebook. Watch the state's most exciting basketball right here with HT24.
Hey, it's Kristen Mulcahy from Appalachian Wireless. One of the things that makes us the region's best network isn't just our coverage, it's that we're local. You'll find real people right here from home, ready to help you get the best deals on the latest devices. We hear the other carriers bragging about how they cover the middle of nowhere, but this isn't nowhere. All our roads lead to somewhere. So come home to Appalachian Wireless. Visit us at AppalachianWireless.com or in one of our many retail locations. Because we are you, we are Appalachian Wireless.
My name is Isabella, and I am from Madison County, Kentucky. Instead of choosing a larger university, I chose to attend Alice Lloyd College because I wanted a more personal college experience. The small class sizes provide a close relationship between students and professor that isn't possible at any other university. ALC is more than a place to learn, it is a place to grow, serve, and lead. Learn more at alc.edu.
If you're looking for a convenient pharmacy location with a friendly, caring staff, look no further than Hindman Pharmacy, located inside the new Hindman Primary Care Center. Our pharmacy is open Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 6:30, but always stays open until the last patient is seen. Whether you need to pick up your refills in our drive-thru, need a flavored medicine for your little ones, or something to feel better after a visit to the clinic, the Hindman Pharmacy inside Primary Care has got you covered. Located at 425 Hindman Bypass. Call the Hindman Pharmacy at 785-0513.
No matter what town or community you live in, there's a Tim Short dealership nearby. That's because our family of dealerships are dedicated to serving the folks throughout Eastern Kentucky. Our employees are your friends and neighbors, helping to support the local economy and provide safe and affordable transportation to everyone that shops the family of Tim Short dealerships. Our entire inventory can be found with the click of a button at timshortautogroup.com. Visit us online and join the thousands of customers that took the short drive to satisfaction today.
TVS Cable has everything you need to stay entertained. Video services with all your favorite channels and local sports on Hometown 24. Ask about digital voice service for home and business. High-speed internet so you never fall behind in a game. There's something for all ages. We've got you covered. Sit back and enjoy everything TVS has to offer. Stay connected with TVS. Good times, good food, and good people at the Goal Line Bar and Grill. Come try their daily lunch specials as well as the best steak in Hazard as voted by the people. Looking for something fun to do? Hit up the tables and the dartboard. Also, trivia night every Tuesday evening. Goal Line has all your favorite big sports events on the big screen. There's something for everyone at Goal Line. Goal Line Bar and Grill in Hazard.
Kentucky Mountain Health Alliance Incorporated, Little Flower Clinic, Quantum Healthcare, and East Kentucky Chiropractic, offering medical, dental, pediatrics, chiropractic, behavioral health, women's health, rheumatology, mat program, x-ray, and transportation. Little Flower Clinic Rheumatology, Dr. Travis Sizemore and Brianna Cornitz, treating autoimmune disorders such as lupus and rheumatoid arthritis, and more. 487-9505. Kentucky Mountain Health Alliance Incorporated, your medical home in the mountains.
Hi, my name is Heidi Hoffensperger from Hoffensperger Law Office.
Debt can feel overwhelming. The calls, the letters, the constant pressure, it's hard to see a way forward. You're not alone. The law office of Heidi Hoffensperger has helped countless people through their bankruptcy, giving them a fresh start and a chance to rebuild. Bankruptcy isn't the end.
The legal world can be a very, very difficult and complicated world, and I don't want that for my clients.
Call today and let Heidi help you with this new beginning. Hometown Pharmacy of Hazard is here to meet all your prescription and healthcare needs. Pharmacist Darren Smith and the experienced staff provide fast, reliable service with the professionalism you expect. With friendly service and a commitment to quality care, Hometown Pharmacy is proud to serve the Hazard community every day. Ask about their new app. Hometown Pharmacy of Hazard, quality care, professional service right here in your community.
For more than a century, we have stood by the people of Hazard and Eastern Kentucky. Now we begin a new chapter with a new name. People's Bank and Trust Company is now PBT Bancorp. Our look may be new, but what matters stays the same. The same local faces, the same personal service, the same commitment to your goals. PBT Bancorp is here to help you grow, plan, and build for the future. PBT Bancorp, preparing for a better tomorrow.
When financial challenges threaten your future, you need clear guidance and proven solutions. Call Keisha Caldwell Feltner, Bankruptcy Express. Trusted legal experience to help you take control. From stopping creditor actions to protecting your assets. Keisha and her staff deliver efficient, reliable representation focused on results. With flexible payment options, getting the help you need is more accessible than ever. Keisha Caldwell Feltner, Bankruptcy Express. Professional service, practical solutions. The fresh start you deserve.
Here at Klutz Auto Sales in Hazard, Kentucky, we specialize in used vehicles and we work with all types of credit. We're with you before and after the sale.
We stand behind every car we sell, ensuring that you drive away with confidence. We want you to be totally comfortable with your purchase because at Klutz Auto, you are the priority.
We've been your trusted dealer for 47 years. Visit us at Klutz Auto Sales across from Walmart on Highway 80. Call us at 606-439-5065.
TVS Mobile is here. Mobile service from the broadband provider you already know and trust. Powered by the nation's most reliable network. TVS is your #1 choice when you need to stay connected. With mobile plans to suit any budget and any situation, and phones from your most trusted brands. Go to tgtvsmobile.com today and see how TVS can keep you connected. The choice is yours. The time is now. TVS Mobile.
This telecast is copyrighted by Hometown 24 for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or retransmission of this game without the express written consent of Hometown 24 is prohibited.
Brought to you by Double Quick, Keisha Caldwell Bankruptcy Express, Hometown Pharmacy in Hazard, Mountain Health Alliance, TPBT Bancorp, Primary Care Centers, Kentucky Farm Bureau Whitesburg, and Heidi Hoffensberger Law.
Welcome to the Bank of Hindman volleyball game of the week, and this is the second game of the week. We are at the campus of Letcher County Central as Letcher County Central, 17-10 on the season, will host the Knott County Central Lady Patriots, 24-2 on the season in a big 53rd District matchup. I'm Manus Blair, and I am joined by Betty Von Cottle. And Betty Von, it doesn't get any better than this.
No, and this should be, you can throw the records out tonight. This is, it's a good district rival plus districts coming up, so everybody's trying to win that last game, trying to get their seeding, so.
And you know, the thing about it is, in 53rd District play, this has traditionally been just a really good matchup between them. And, you know, lately it's been Knott County Central with 9 wins in a row. And I told some people today, and they were astonished by it. But, you know, Letcher Central in this, and Betty Von saying, yeah, I was one of them. You know, it's been August of 2022 since Letcher Central has defeated Knott County Central. And, you know, that's something that Coach Van Hoos is looking to overcome. And, you know, we'll talk about how that can happen and everything. But, you know, last night, of course, Letcher Central defeated Harlan County 3-1. And then the game we had last night, Knott County Central defeated an up-and-coming Breathitt County team 3-0. And it's kind of settling out now of who. I think it's down to basically 5 teams that I think are going to be the ones that hold the – and, you know, Knott Central's on that pedestal. And they've been on that pedestal, you know, for almost 2 years now. And someone's got to knock them off if they want to get to the state tournament.
And right now, you've got to give it to Knott. They're playing really good.
Yeah.
I've talked to several people today. I think that Knott they're clicking on all cylinders right now. And somebody mentioned today, they said Knott wants it. And I'm like, when you've done it, you've won that district and you won that region, you went to the state, it gets in your blood, you want to go back.
Yeah, and, you know, that's what Coach Van Hoos is trying to get, what Coach Cornett has done the last 2 years. And those young girls now, those 8th graders and freshmen and sophomores and juniors now, they've got that under wraps now, and you can't say I'm young anymore.
Right.
You've got that experience, and now it's time for you to shine.
Exactly.
In this type of atmosphere, in this type of game.
And this will always, it doesn't matter where they play or how many times they play or how many upperclassmen, lowerclassmen, underclassmen you have, this will always be a good game.
Yeah, and the crowds are still coming in. A lot of things are happening here in Whitesburg, grade school championships, soccer districts. So a lot going on here tonight, and by the time this game gets started, it'll be a nice crowd here at Letcher County Central High School.
It will. And to me, for Letcher to be in this and have a chance to win, they've got to start out strong.
We've talked about. I think we talked about it the last time. And the thing about it is once you believe in yourself and you believe in the process of what's going on the floor, and that goes along with getting out in front and riding that momentum in that first set.
It does, and right now, Shay and Justin have done a great job with their team of making them, they believe in themselves and they believe in each other. Like I said, they're a battle team. Even they can make a couple mistakes, but the girls will get themselves back together. So.
And like we talked last night, and Knott Central's done it. Letcher Central, they played a really good schedule.
Right.
And Letcher Central, the last time we had them here in the Pikeville game, they just everything seemed like it was just clicking for Letcher Central.
Letcher played because they sort of manhandled Pikeville, and Pikeville, they've got that name of being a good team. But that night, Letcher was just, they were clicking, and everything they were doing, they were doing it right.
So let's get to the keys. We've got about a minute something before the national anthem. Let's talk about Letcher Central. The keys that it's going to take for Letcher Central to defeat Knott County Central.
But they're going to have to serve well. And they're going to have to use these big girls and give them the ball that they can hit where they want to hit, down the line, angles, tips. And then, like I said, Piper is going to be in the back row, as usual, playing defense all over the court. She's going to have to she will be handling, I figure, a lot of balls tonight.
Yeah, and Eldridge and Pack both had good hitting nights against Pikeville, and just to kind of throw something out last night, Pikeville defeated Leslie County 3-0. So that goes to show you that the type of team that Letcher Central defeated.
Exactly.
Leslie County is far from, we keep saying they're the second team right now in the 14th region. So what's the keys to Knott County real quickly, Betts?
To me, they've got to do what they've been doing. They have to stay together and play. They do a great job talking on the floor all the time, but they've got to use their big girls. And they have two really good setters that are veteran setters that have so far done a great job. They've got two big hitters in the front row. I like the way that Shay has been moving her hitters around. It works that defense twice harder. And like you said, Sluss is the libero. She's going to get a lot of balls tonight. They've got to be able to handle those. Now, and Letcher's going to – actually, Letcher and Knott are pretty similar. They're both going to hit those lines and angles pretty hard, and then they're going to drive that ball down in the middle of the floor.
Yeah, and, evidently we're not going to do the national anthem, so we'll stay right here. And, the thing about with Letcher Central, when you start looking down their roster, you've got Pack with 221 as a sophomore in kills. Hannah Eldridge is a junior, 188. Calista Lowe, a junior, 162. We've talked numerous times about having more than one hitter. Letcher Central and Knott Central has that combination of different hitters and the movement of them and being in different positions, whether it be on the inside or in the middle, or even the little slide or the zero hit, as you say, Betty Vaughn.
And that's what I love about it is you can't just guard or play defense on one person. You have to guard everybody on the floor because you have no idea who they're going to give this ball to.
And Letcher Central is going to start off the match, and that will be Piper Adams, who has 73 service aces on the season. Bailey, but Adams has it overpassed. It's going to be a free ball in system. Waddell cuts it over the top. Combs. Holbrook goes to low over the top. Baker. Miller. Baker. Blevins with it. Back to pack with a bump set. Long rally taking place. Holbrook back to low over top of the single block. It rolls over. Pack off the double block.
This is a nice volley to start this game with.
Low. It's going to be a free ball. Baker. Miller back set to Baker. Over the top there. Once again, Blevins. Pack, and there's going to be the block. That might be the longest point of the night on the first. It's going to be a double block. Point, Knott County Central.
But this is what you expect. Both of these teams want to win this game. It's bragging rights. It's, like I said, it's a district rival.
And they elect to touch it. It might was going to be going long. Kinley Baker has 64 aces now, make that 65 aces as she leads the Lady Pats. 2-0 as we've started set one. Thank you for joining us here on Hometown 24. Holbrook to Pack in the middle over the top, and that's going to be a kill for Pack. Point, Letcher County Central. Conley will come in for Baker at the Lady Pats, and Bailey will come in for Combs. To serve will be Kelsey Holbrook, and we've talked before about what kind of server she is, and she is left-handed, and Betty Vaughn loves left-handers, as I've said before. She's
you have a lot of movement on the ball.
It's going to be a free ball, looks like, for Letcher Central. Something in system Adams calls. Holbrook to the middle to low, off the double block. Point, Letcher Central. 2-2.
Yeah, I told you there should be a lot of net play. Right now, it's whoever's going to be able to block these balls on the other side, on the opponent's side.
Sluss with it up, and it's going to be a free ball. No, it's not. It's going to be a point for Letcher County Central. Failed to mention that Kelsey Holbrook is a junior. And it's going to go into the net. Service error, point, Knott County Central. Kaylee King, who has 59 aces on the season, and she is a freshman, will serve for Knott County Central.
Maintenance people doesn't realize how much pressure she has on her. I know she's done this all year, but she sits on that bench, and when she comes in, she knows her job is to serve.
And we've mentioned numerous times as Bailey hits it wide, point Knott County Central, that she hits it well, but she rarely has a service error.
Right.
And that's a service ace for King, and that's going to be a point for Knott County Central. Five-3, set one. Blevins up to Holbrook. Goes over the top. Nobody there as Lowe puts it over top of the single block for a point for Letcher Central. Eldridge will come in for Blevins. And Eldridge, a junior. Ebony Pack goes back to serve. She's a sophomore. Nice serve. Conley back to Bailey over the top down the line, and that's going to score for Knott County Central. Kraft in for Knott County Central. Sluss goes out. Kraft, an 8th grader.
And we already know by watching these teams, you're going to see every different shot that's possible in volleyball tonight.
We've already seen a bunch of different ones already.
Exactly.
Holbrook goes up, and that's going to be a free ball for Knott County Central. Goes across, and that's Baker off and over top of the double block for the point. Bailey will go back to serve. Samara Bailey is a senior for the Lady Pats.
Those two blockers were there. It's just that ball was set, and Taylor just went above them and hit the ball.
Had it at the apex.
Exactly. Those blockers were there. They had their hands up.
Holbrook back set to low over the top, but there was King. Conley across to Baker over top with a different shot, and it's going to be a point for Knott County Central. 8-4, set number 1. Thank you for joining us here on Hometown 24. Free ball for Knott County Central.
Nice hustle by Piper.
Back set to Miller down the line, but there's Adams, but unable to get to it. Point, Knott County Central.
See, that was a good play by Zoe. She was off the net. Her best bet was just to get it in.
Holbrook across to Eldridge, and it's going to be off of Baker as it hits the tape, and point, Letcher Central. Eldridge picks up where she left off the last time we were here.
She's been hitting the ball well.
Low to serve for Letcher Central, and as I mentioned, she is a junior. Bump set back, and it's going to be 2 now, but the Eldridge goes up, and that's going to be a point. Nine 6, Knott County Central. Free ball for Letcher Central.
That was a nice free ball to the corner.
Ooh, and that's going to go around, and that's going to be a point for Knott County Central, 10-6.
I'm sure the lights got in her eyes, Manus. That's what my kids always said. It was the lights.
That's the lights. Going to have to change those lights.
Yeah.
Put them at a different angle.
Whether the lights were on or not, it didn't matter.
We can tell Hannah that next time we talk to her. Rolls it over, and it's not going to get across, and that's going to be a point for Knott County Central. And this is where Letcher Central has to do, as you've always said, you've got to pass that ball and get it to your setter.
Yeah, you've got to let this setter do her job. She has to get this ball to these big girls.
Miller with the serve.
That was a nice up.
Goes out to Bailey. Bailey over the top, but there is Waddell. Across to Baker off the double block, and it's going to be point. Knott County Central hit it off of McCullum, who had just come in, and it went out. And it's point, Knott Central.
Baker is smart about hitting the ball. She uses the defense's hands to bank.
That's going to be a put down for Baker, and that's going to make it 13-6. And Coach Van Hoos says, give me a timeout, and we'll take a timeout too. 13-6 and set number 1. Stay with us.
TVS Mobile is here. Mobile service from the broadband provider you already know and trust. Powered by the nation's most reliable network. TVS is your #1 choice when you need to stay connected. With mobile plans to suit any budget and any situation, and phones from your most trusted brands. Go to tgtvsmobile.com today and see how TVS can keep you connected. The choice is yours. The time is now. TVS Mobile.
Welcome back to the Bank of Hyman volleyball game of the week as Coach Van Hoos calls a timeout at 13-6 here in set number 1. Thank you for joining us here on Hometown 24. 40 years of your local sports in our coverage area, and our coverage area is keeping on growing. Betty Vaughn.
I'm sure Van Hoos just said we have to play our game, not their game. We've got to get this ball passed. We've got to let her setter do her job, and we've got to get some hits.
1, 2, 3, boom.
Right. You've got to give them a chance to make mistakes.
And Miller will serve. It's going to be up. Holbrook couldn't hardly do anything with it, and that's going to be a point for Knott County Central.
No, Holbrook that's where she needs to get up there and jump set. Who were we talking about the other night?
Hamilton.
Yes, done a great job of getting up there. Yes,
Yep.
Jump setting that ball out of the net.
Yep. She did a really good
Yes,
job.
she did.
At least 2 or 3 times I can recall.
Yes.
Goes back to Bailey. Bailey off the double block. Sluss with a call. Bump set to Baker coming in. Nice double block by Bailey and McCullum. Free ball for Letcher County Central. Holbrook across, goes to Eldridge off the block. Knott Central scrambling right now. All the way outside, off the double block. There's Adams. Holbrook free ball. Back set goes to Baker. There's Pack. And it's going to be a little bit of an overpass, and it's going to be point, Knott County Central.
See, that's where that big girl from Letcher, she's just got to go get that ball. She's already there. Just get up there and tip the ball because your little setter's over here, she's going to have a hard time getting there. That was a nice defense on both sides.
Miller back set once again to Baker, doesn't cross, and that'll be a point for Letcher County Central. Combs will come in for Bailey, and she will go back to serve. A nice serve, and that's going to be a point for Letcher Central. Katie Combs, the senior, also was the homecoming queen at Letcher County Central. I called her Queen Combs a while ago.
And then she's the big hind catcher for the softball team.
Yeah, big hind catcher.
Yeah.
Waddell, Sluss. Baker draws it. Nice play by Adams. Sluss with an outstanding dig. Down the line, Baker with a kill. Point Knott County Central. 16-8, set number 1. Some other games tonight. I'll mention them here in a minute. That's going on throughout the 14th region. Baker with a serve to Pack. Holbrook tries to go across. On 2, Sluss with a back set to Waddell. Pack to Combs. Free ball, Knott County Central. Back set to Baker. Combs with an overpass. Goes back to Baker again, and it's going to be on the Knott County Central side of the block of McCullum and Eldridge. Point Letcher County Central.
That was a nice block. That's Zoe just went to the well too many times. That the defense was already sitting there waiting on that ball.
Eldridge's serve. Goes back to Kraft over the double block. Nice job that time by Eldridge. Free ball. Bump set goes to Baker. Nice job again by Eldridge. Goes to Pack. Cuts it over the top. Goes outside to Waddell. Off the tape. Point, Knott County Central.
Man, you can see how much this game means to both these teams. These girls are crushing this ball, and they're laying their bodies on the line for every ball.
Bunch of nice plays there.
Yes.
As I always say, they're cleaning the floor. Holbrook outside the Pack over the top, but there's Baker. Miller out to Waddell. Holbrook to the center of McCullum. Out of system, here goes Letcher Central, goes all the way across the Pack, and that's going to be out, and that's going to be a point. Letcher Central fans not liking the call. Point, Knott County Central. Sluss with his floater goes across to Pack over the top, down the line, and it is in. Point, Letcher County Central.
That is Pack's hardest shot right there, is taking that line.
Low back in as McCullum goes out. 18-10. Nice serve. Point, Letcher Central, 18-11. Free ball for Letcher Central, goes back to the middle to Lowe. And that's going to be a kill by Lowe. Point, Letcher Central, 18-12. They need more of that to get back into this first set.
They do, and they're playing smart. They're playing one point at a time.
Adams to serve again. All the way across to Bailey. Cuts it at a sharp angle and scores. As the old saying in baseball, hit it where they ain't.
That was a good shot.
And that's a point for Knott County Central. And Baker will start off. That one's going to go long. Point Letcher Central. Conley will come in for Baker, and Bailey will come in for Combs. Conley back set to Waddell, cuts it wide, and it's going to go wide, and it's point Letcher Central. As Letcher Central draws within 5.
Now, right now, Knott is making some unforced errors.
Nice play by Blevins. Pancake. And that's going to go off of Conley by Pack, and that will be point Letcher County Central. And the momentum has shifted to Letcher County Central.
It has, and I believe Taylor has moved her lineup around a little bit. She's trying to adjust her hitters to Knott County's hitters.
And that's going to be Bailey with the block, and that's going to be point Letcher County Central.
And they're back in the game. It's 16-19. This is their lineup. They've got their server in that she doesn't serve hard, but she scores.
And you know that keeps that momentum going.
It does.
All the way across to Pack. Pack over the top, but Conley gets it. Called. Bailey with a block set, and it's not going to cross, and that's going to be point Letcher County Central. And they'll draw. They haven't been this close in quite some time, 19-17. Bump set outside to Miller off the block. And that's going to be a double contact. And that's going to be a point for Knott County Central.
See, in this game right here, she wants to let those big girls hit. You don't want to waste one hit if at all possible. You sure don't want to lose the momentum of the game.
And that's a good set, and low with a kill. Point Letcher Central. Eldridge in for Blevins for Letcher Central. Pack going back to serve, and like I said, Pack is the second. She is on the season. She has 68 service aces. Oh, and it did not go, and that's going to be a service error, and that's going to be point Knott County Central.
Nice up by Piper.
Out to Eldridge, nice hit, and that's going to be a kill. And it'll be 21-19. Bailey's out. Sluss back in the game for Knott County Central. McCullum in, and Piper Adams out for Letcher Central.
As well as Hannah's hitting the ball, they have to decide they're going to either give her the line or give her the angle. But they've got to let their teammates know where they're going with her.
Craft over the top. And that's going to be just a mass of confusion there. Eldridge trying to get out of the way, and it's going to be a point for Knott County Central.
Yeah, she was just covering her head in case they decide to just jump on her.
Conley and King out. Waddell's in. Out of system, and it'll be Knott County free ball. Goes across to Baker off the double block, and it's going to be point Knott County Central. And Coach Van Hoos is going to call another timeout at 23-19. Set one, we'll be back in 30 at hometown, 24.
TVS Mobile is here. Mobile service from the broadband provider you already know and trust. Powered by the nation's most reliable network. TVS is your #1 choice when you need to stay connected. With mobile plans to suit any budget and any situation, and phones from your most trusted brands. Go to tgtvsmobile.com today and see how TVS can keep you connected. The choice is yours. The time is now. TVS Mobile.
Welcome back after the timeout by Coach Van Hoos of Letcher County Central, 23-19 in set number 1. Thank you for joining us here. Thank you, Bank of Hyman, for your sponsorship on the games of the week in football and in volleyball. Coach Van Hoos trying to get the momentum going back to Letcher County Central here.
She is, and a lot of times this right here is a good turning point. You call timeout, trying to get the ball down, trying to slow Knott County down.
Overpass. Goes to Miller. Back set goes to Baker over the top. But there's Adams. Bailey goes short. Goes outside. A nice play by Baker, and that will lead to set point number 1 for Knott County Central.
You know, I like Adams over here at Letcher. She went after that ball. She missed it. Instead of walking, she turned around and ran to go get the ball. So she's full of energy.
Good eye right there.
Yeah,
is
she's
on the service there.
moving.
24-20. Set point number 2 for Knott County Central. Combs comes in for Bailey, and she will go back to serve. David Adams tuning in tonight, Betty Vaughn. He's critiquing me. Oh, it's the net. Can they save it? Yes, they do. Free ball for Letcher Central to Eldridge off the double block, and that's going to be point Letcher Central. It'll be set point number 2. Katie Combs will continue to serve. And another one hits the net. And that's going to be another point for Letcher Central, 24-22.
You know, Manus, now these kids has such movement on these serves. Serves are dangerous.
Waddell with a up. Bump set goes outside, push to the saw. There's Holbrook. Adams with a call to Eldridge. Outside to Baker. Overpass, but there is Baker for the kill. Baker, and that will end. Set number 1, 25-22. Knott County Central wins the first set. And when we come back, we'll have the second set. So stay with us on Hometown 24.
TVS Mobile is here. Mobile service from the broadband provider you already know and trust. Powered by the nation's most reliable network. TVS is your number 1 choice when you need to stay connected. With mobile plans to suit any budget and any situation, and phones from your most trusted brands. Go to tgtvsmobile.com today and see how TVS can keep you connected. The choice is yours. The time is now. TVS Mobile.
This is News 12.
Since 1985, Hometown 24 has been serving this community with local programming produced by local people.
Hornets want to air it out. He's got a man out here, Linden, caught at the 45.
Using the latest video technology to bring you the news, sports, and local events that matter to you.
First on your Hometown News tonight.
I'm Harold Mullins, and thanks for joining us.
40 years is a long time in Eastern Kentucky. Here's to 40 more.
Welcome back to the campus of Letcher County Central High School when we have Coach Brian Cook over here hollering at us, and they're playing soccer adjacent to us here. Knott County Central takes set number 1, 25-22. I kind of thought Letcher Central was going to let that one get away quickly, and they battled right back, Betty Vaughn, and that's a testament to them and their coaches, and just to have the fortitude to try to get back into set number 1.
It is, and I think Taylor done a great job. She knew exactly pretty much when she needed to call that timeout to get the – and she done a good job. Whatever she said in her huddle worked because her girls came out and played hard.
And you mentioned just a change in her adjustments on the defensive side to what Knott County Central was doing on the offensive side. So, and, you know, it's just like any sport. I use the old analogy of a chess game. One coach makes this adjustment, and the other coach adjusts to that.
Right.
So we'll see who adjusts here in their game play in set number 2. kind of mention some of the games that are taking place tonight. Breathitt County's at Morgan County. Hazard's at Leslie County in a big 54th district match. Jackson City at Buckhorn. Lexington Lafayette is at Estill County. Lee County's at Powell County. Owsley County at June Buchanan. And Wolfe County is at Perry County Central.
Should be some good games right there. I seen where Jason took his Ashland Kittens and played Sacred Heart and played really.
Saw that too.
And Sacred Heart is in the district in the region with Assumption. So.
Yeah. Well, you know, that's one of the things like Knott Central's last loss was to Louisville Holy Cross. They're number 1 in the RPI in the 6th region.
That's what I'm saying.
And that just shows you, and you know, when you look at Letcher Central, they go down and they play Warren East in a 2A state tournament. You play those kinds of teams that ultimately you're going to see again somewhere down the road in the state tournament.
And you learn stuff. I mean, their games are just quicker than our game is. But you while you're playing, you're actually adjusting to their type of play.
And the speed of it,
yes.
As you've mentioned several times. Baker to start for Knott County Central. Service error, point Letcher County Central. Thank you, Gertrude Maggard, for tuning in tonight. Harold Kraft over in Knott County tuning in.
Nice up by Taylor.
Backside Waddell over the top, but there's Blevins. Adams with a loud call. Pack goes down the middle. Across to Waddell over the top of the double block on 2. Holbrook goes across, and there is low, but thought Miller was going to be able to save it, but it's going to be point Letcher County Central. Thank you, Wayne Baker, for tuning in on Hometown 24. Thank everybody for tuning in. All the way across to Miller, and it's going to be blocked by Lowe. Point Letcher Central. And that's kind of what you were talking about in the first set, Betty Vaughn. Letcher Central gets off to a 3-0 start here in set number 2.
Right. See, that is the will of a good team. They got beat, and now look what they come out instead of dead. They came out playing.
And that's going to be going to call a double violation on Knott County. That's going to be another point for Letcher County Central.
We're going to see Knott County now. They've got to settle down. They have to get themselves settled down on the court.
And that's going to be a service error as King will come in for Waddell and go back to serve. 4-1 Letcher Central. We're in set number 2. Holbrook to Lowe over top, and that was a nice shot. Over top of the double block of Bailey and Miller that time.
See, Lowe to me is her and Taylor have the same type of body style. Those hands were in front of Lowe, but she just got up so high right at the very highest tip to get that ball.
At any time you can hit it over top of Bailey, that's saying something.
Exactly.
Holbrook bump set out to Pack over top again, but there was King. Conley out to Baker. Cross to Pack over the top, but there's Conley. Bump set. Over top, and that was a nice play by Baker. Point Knott County Central. Nothing Blevins could do on that one.
No, that was just a good play. Baker went up and seen the floor, and she just hit it where there was nobody at.
Down the line, and it's going to go wide, and that'll be point to Letcher County Central. Eldridge in for Blevins and Sluss in for Bailey. Pack to serve for Letcher County Central. Over the top. Nice job that time by Pack. Eldridge behind the 3-meter line. Conley short set to Kraft. In system, inside, Low over the top. Sluss tries, and she is going to save it.
Oh, that was a great play by both teams. That's what gets the crowd fired up.
And that's But nice job of scrambling by
Yes.
Knott County Central. Letcher Central takes the point, 7-2. Bump set, Miller. There's Bailey. Lowe goes on 2. Out to Miller off the double block. Eldridge over top, and that's going to be point. Letcher County Central. And
play by
Coach
Hannah.
Cornett is going to call a timeout, and we'll take a timeout with Knott County Central. So stay with us here on Hometown 24.
Great communities attract talented people to live, work, and raise their families. We're committed to delivering future-proof broadband so our friends, families, and neighbors can live rich lives in smart rural communities across America. Your community is our community. We're your rural broadband partners. You do great things. We make great things possible.
Welcome back to the campus of Letcher County Central as Coach Cornett calls a timeout. Letcher Central up in set number 2, 8-2. What is Letcher Central doing any differently, Betty Vaughn, or are they doing anything any differently?
Well, they're not hitting as many free balls. They're letting their hitters hit the ball right now, and Knott County is a little rattled. You know, I don't know if they've been behind this far, so we'll see how they handle this. Because right now, Letcher Central is going to pour. There you go.
That's where you were talking about none of the kind of mistakes that are not typical of Knott County Central.
But just like we've talked about every game, your opponent has a lot to do with the way you play.
And give credit to where credit is due.
Exactly.
Lowe with a kill, and that's going to make it 10-2. And Conley's going to come out, and Lily Blair is going to come in. Lily Blair, a junior setter for Knott County Central. Smart play by Pack. Goes into the middle, and that's going to be in under the net, and that's going to be violation on Blair, and that's going to be point Letcher County Central.
And yes, you're talking about Pack. She's not trying to kill the ball. Right now, she's just getting the ball inbounds. And then I said that, and she knocked it out.
She hit a home
My
run.
bad.
She hit a home run that time, Betty.
She'd been doing really good. She took a little bit of speed off just to get the ball inbounds. She'd done good.
Yep. So point Knott County Central, 11-3.
Right here, if Knott County has a chance, they've got to break this momentum from Letcher.
And that's a nice serve by Miller, and that's a service ace. Point Knott County Central, 11-4. Anthony Lewis, thank you for tuning in. Bumper Adams, hope you're down there at RC and Bologna Sandwich, as David Adams always says. That's going to be a free ball for Knott County Central all the way across to Baker, but there's Adams. Goes to Eldridge, short hit. Call by Sluss, bump set over the top. In system goes to Lowe, off the block. Nice job of double blocking by Baker and Kraft, and it's going to be point Knott County Central.
This is where Letcher's got to, they've played a great game right now. They've just got to settle down, get the ball back on their side, and play their game.
Got a side out. Holbrook goes back to Lowe. Low down, and there's Waddell with the save. Free ball coming for Letcher County Central. Adams to Holbrook, across to Eldridge over the top, but there's Waddell. And failure to communicate once again, but Knott County Central point, Letcher County Central. But, you know, Letcher County Central putting the pressure on Knott County Central.
Right now, Letcher County Central is just, they're a step faster.
Back set. Oh, nice play by Baker. Her body opened up, and I thought she was coming this way, and she hits it in the deep coffin corner on the left side. 12-6 as Baker will go back to serve. And she's going to hit it in the net, and that's going to be point Letcher Central. And, you know, I said it last night, and I'm going to say it again. I think Taylor Baker is the leading candidate to be the player of the year in the 14th region.
I would say so.
Now, there are others, and that's Combs with a nice serve, and it's going to be point Letcher County Central, and they're rocking and rolling now. Football team over there in the left corner, they're getting right into the game.
And you know how it is, man. It's when you get momentum, you jump higher, you hit harder. Seems like everything just goes your way for a while.
Yep. Free ball for Letcher Central. Holbrook goes in the middle to McCullum, blocked by Kraft. Goes across to Eldridge. Bump set going across to Waddell over top. Holbrook, and that's going to be a joust, and it's going to be won by Baker, and that's point Knott County Central.
That was a nice play by Baker. She waited as long as she could to get that ball so she would not be in nor over the net.
Sluss to serve.
Nice up by Adams.
Eldridge with a hit, but there was Baker. Goes to Bailey in the middle. Eldridge cut shot, point, Letcher County Central. And you know your home team gets into it when you start playing a little bit better too, Betty.
Yeah, that was a nice play. Hannah's crushed, and then she goes up. She tips that ball. She had a mile to drop that thing in.
And that's going to go way long, and that'll be point Knott County Central.
But Knott County right now cannot afford to just trade point for point with Letcher County Central.
No, they're going to have to get a few here to get back in.
Yeah, they've got to get a couple at a time, 2 or 3 at a time.
Baker to serve. Outside to Pack. Man, nice hit by Pack, and that's going to be point Letcher Central. 16-8.
Let me tell you something. These girls are hammering this ball.
I don't know if I've seen Pack ever hit it that as hard as she just hit it.
You know how it is.
Get that adrenaline going.
Yes, exactly right.
Goes to Bailey with the left hand. Smart play.
That
point.
was a smart play.
Knott County Central. By the way, I commend the popcorn maker at Letcher Central. It was really good. And that's going to be a nice serve by King. I think Adams thought it was going wide and then decided to go after it. Point, Knott Central, 16-10. Letcher Central's got to stop the momentum. Knott Central wants to keep it going. Goes to Pack. Kind of like a slide, but there was Blair. Back set. Baker hit it hard. Was there a touch? They asked for a touch. There wasn't one. And that's going to be a point. Letcher County Central. Bailey in for Combs.
They're getting a little bit of moisture up off the floor.
Coach Van Hoos showing her talents.
Yeah.
They may be hiring her here as a custodian. You
they
never
could
know.
do it. Think she done a great job right there.
Adams had slid there, and she was cleaning it up. It's going to be a free ball. Holbrook across to Pack. Got Knott Central scrambling. Oh, and they hit it out, and that's going to be point for Knott County Central. Bailey to serve.
It's 17-11 Letcher County Central.
Adams back set. Pack. Nice hit by Pack, and it's going to be point Letcher Central. We're in set number 2 here. Knott County Central won the first set, 25-22. Letcher Central up here, 18-11. Blair back set. Miller down the line. Nobody there, and it's going to be a point for Knott County Central.
I think Letcher County Central took off, but I believe they had enough time that they hustled back. They They could have gotten to that ball. But I'm not down there, so I don't know. I know I could not have.
Nor I. Back to low over the top. A nice pancake, but unable to get to it as Sluss almost got to it. Point, Letcher County Central. McCullum in for Adams, 19-12, low to serve. Thank you for joining us here on Hometown 24.
As we've said every game, most of these teams in the 14th region play the same defense, and they all have the same hole.
Yep. Sluss gets it to Miller. Baker, double block, and it's going to come down. McCullum and Bailey with a block. And the lead's back out to 8 at 20-12, Letcher County Central. Free ball. Man, Baker on her pogo stick. Gets a point for Knott County Central. I don't think it's now or never, but Knott County Central's got to get a few here.
They do. They can't, like I said, they can't keep trading points with Letcher County Central.
Holbrook goes to McCullum off the block. Smart play, but there was Miller. Waddell off the double block. Overpass. Kraft hits it. Adams. Holbrook back over to Eldridge off the double block. Boy, that net tonight.
You see the way that ball laid on top of that net and spawned?
Yep. Outside, Waddell. Bump set. Eldridge down the line, but there's Baker. Back out to Kinley Baker. Nice hit by Knott County Central with a point. 2014. Knott County Central fans now getting into it a little bit. And Coach Van Hoos recognizes that and calls a timeout, and we'll take a timeout too on Hometown 24.
It's fall, y'all, and are you ready to fall into some incredible savings with the region's best network, Appalachian Wireless? Come shop the latest devices at prices you'll love and see how our team can better serve you with plans and promotions that are made just for you. Whether you're upgrading, switching, or just looking for the best service, Appalachian Wireless has you covered. So what are you waiting for? Visit us on the web or stop by one of our many retail locations and take advantage of these amazing fall deals. Because we are you, we are Appalachian Wireless.
Welcome back to the Bank of Hyman volleyball game of the week. And we're in set number 2. Coach Van Hoos recognizing that Knott County Central gained a little bit of momentum and the fans getting into it calls timeout. And
yeah, she's going to try to keep this as quiet as possible on her side.
So 2014, set number 2. Like I said, set number 1 went to Knott County Central at 25-22. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Couldn't be here. We appreciate our loyal followers. Thank you for Leslie Whitaker tuning in.
And like I said, it proves how strong Letcher Central was. They lost the first game and came back the second game, started strong.
Bailey over top. Back set goes to Baker. Nice shot by Baker over top of the double block. Point Knott County Central.
This is where Letcher Central, they have to work. They can't let them get back into the game.
Nice job by Piper Adams. Push over into the corner. Baker jumps to it. Baker. And Knott County Central is going to score it by Waddell.
Smart play by Waddell. She pushed it right down below Tiara's arms so she could not push it back.
Knott County Central continues the roll. Nice
up by Adams.
And that's going to be another point for Knott County Central as they near as close as they've been in a while, 20-17.
Right here, Piper needs to get her team fired up so they will play.
An overpass, so in system. Back across to Waddell. Waddell with a kill. And Knott County Central draws within 2, 20-18. Baker will continue to serve. And that's going to be an ace, and they will draw within 1 at 20-19. And Coach Van Hoos is going to call another timeout, her last timeout of set number 2. And we'll take another timeout here on Hometown 24.
Welcome to the new Women's Health Clinic at Hazard ARH. Our expert team, led by OBGYN Dr. Ramon Thomas, nurse midwife Tanisha Blair, OBGYN physician assistant Crystal Gibson, and nurse practitioner Kristen Hurt. At ARH, we provide compassionate, personalized care for all women. From routine exams and birth control options to pregnancy care, menopause management, and minimally invasive surgery. Trust us with your women's health needs. ARH, more for Appalachia.
Welcome back as Coach Van Hoos calls the second timeout of set number 2, trying to squelch the momentum that Knott County Central has gone on a 7-0 run to draw within 1 at 20-19 here in set number 2. Going to remind you, Friday night we'll be down on Tim Couch Pass down at Hyden, Kentucky, as Floyd Central will come to Leslie County in a big matchup over at Hyden.
I like the way Taylor, she has the attention of her girls. She's working. That's all she just moved her defense around a little bit to make Taylor Baker look to see where she wanted to go with the ball.
And Bailey with the kill in system play. 1, 2, 3, and they got what they wanted coming out of the timeout. And now Combs will serve. Holbrook bump set all the way across. Goes back to Waddell. Combs with a save. Back set to Baker off the double block, and that's going to be point, Knott County Central. Kraft out, and Bailey will come in. Sluss to serve for Knott County Central. Holbrook goes back to Eldridge over top. There is Baker. Waddell. Ooh.
Oh, nice
Didn't
hustle
cross.
by Hannah Eldridge. Nice hustle by Taylor Baker.
And it will cross, and that'll be a point. And you can give that one to Hannah Eldridge on the scramble.
Yes.
And she will go back to serve at 22-20. Can Letcher Central close out this second set? And it's going to be over past McCullum, but there was Waddell to save it. 3 ball for Letcher Central goes to Pack over the top. Miller back to Sluss. Holbrook outside. The Pack didn't cross, but it must have been blocked. Bump set goes to Waddell down the line, but there's Combs. All the way across. Nice play by Holbrook. And Pack delivers 23-20, Letcher County Central. Eldridge with an ace, and that will get it to set point number 1 for Letcher Central at 24-20. Sluss to Miller, cross to Bailey. Bailey off the block, and it's going to be a 2 lift. And that will keep Knott County Central alive. It'll be set point number 2.
Yes, it's 24-21. So Knott County has to keep their serve.
Kinley Baker to serve. Holbrook outside to Pack, and there's a double block by Miller and Bailey. Knott County Central stays alive.
That was a nice job by Letcher County Central. Knott County just had that big wall built.
Holmes bumps, free ball for Knott County Central in system. Miller goes to Bailey. Bailey with a kill. Draws within 1 at 24-23.
Right here, Knott County they have to score this time. Letcher County Central needs to try to get a bump set spike.
And Combs unable to handle it, and that's going to tie the score at 24 apiece. Must win by 2. Combs just failed to keep moving through the ball.
She did, and she's quick. She doesn't do that very often.
Just like as a catcher getting in front of it. My, what a serve. That thing knuckled.
Yes, and died right in front of this back row. These girls over here were ready to play the ball, and it just...
If you've played baseball and try to hit a knuckleball, and when it dances, you swing right over top or under it. Now that makes it set point number 1 for Knott County Central, and it's hitting the net. And that will tie it back up at 25 apiece. And Blair will come in for Baker. Adams to serve. Mishandled, free ball for Letcher Central. Goes in the middle to low, over the top, and it's going to be a point for Letcher Central. And that will be set point number 3 coming up for Letcher Central. And that's going to end set number 2 at 27-25. Letcher Central wins set number 2, and when we come back, we'll play the best 2 out of 3 here, and we'll have set number 3 coming up. So stay with us on Hometown 24. As David Adams says, we got a dandy.
My name is Emily, and I'm from Laurel County. When I was searching for a college, I wanted to find a place that felt like home and where I could make a difference. The moment I stepped on Alice Lloyd's campus, I knew this was where I belonged. There's a sense of community here and a focus on serving others that you can't find at other colleges. For me, it wasn't just about continuing education. It was about being a part of something bigger. Apply now to find your home at alc.edu.
Time out for great food. This season, everyone is stopping at Double Quick for their pregame and postgame snacks, drinks, sandwiches, and dinners. Come on in and grab a bucket of Double Quick chicken with all the sides, a real family meal for on-the-go eating. Then there's everyone's favorite, the famous Double Quick pizza rolls. Buy them 1, 2, or 6 at a time. We've got sandwiches galore, your favorite drinks, chips, and snacks, and so much more. Be sure and use your Double Quick rewards card, and good luck to all the teams from the team here at Double Quick.
Welcome back, and that was a very exciting set number 2. Both teams have taken 1 a set apiece, and we're going to move on to set number 3. And if you're sitting there watching it on the big screen, you just couldn't hear the crowd on both sides. And sometimes the air is sucked out of the gym when that's happening. Sometimes when those rallies still going, but Letcher Central was able to overcome, even losing the lead, and got back and won set number 2, Betty Vaughn.
And now we're going to see how does Knott County react to this, their defeat in just a set. But we'll see how they come back, because Letcher Central got beat and came back strong.
Mm-hmm.
Started their second game strong, and then it got toward the end it was point by point. So we're going to see how Knott County can handle taking that loss and coming back and playing.
And, we talked about what like Letcher Central could do to get back into this match.
And they did.
They did.
They did.
Now, who's going to win those next 2 out of 3 sets here? It comes down to who can continue that momentum and that good serving and the scrambling. And Letcher Central just did a much better job of passing the volleyball in the second set.
Exactly. And they made fewer errors, just their errors,
Right.
They cut their errors down, and they got the ball to their setter. Their setter used her big girls, and their defense was much more active.
Yep. Thank you for joining us. Mason Sumner, we're looking forward to watching you play a little basketball here in the next little bit. Thank you for joining us here on Hometown 24. Goes outside, and it's going to be Blevins overpass. There's Bailey and Baker to put it down. So that's Knott County Central's start. They must have heard you, Betty Vaughn. How we going to start over there?
I mean, that's what you've got to do. You've got to take the air out of the other team quick. And then you have to keep it out.
Yep.
And that's hard to do,
right. But. And once again, a single block by Bailey. Point, Knott County Central. Thank you, Tina Lewis, for tuning in. Miss Lewis, Betty Vaughn.
Hello, Miss Lewis.
Tuning in on Hometown 24. And that's going to go into the net. Point, Letcher County Central. Renee McLean, thank you for joining us. Keep Todd doing what he needs to do, which is not talking. 2-1. Blair comes into the game for Baker. Holbrook to serve. And she's going to serve it into the net. And that's going to be a point for Knott County Central. King will come in for Waddell, and she'll go back to serve. Pretty good crowd for what all's going on
really
in Whitesburg.
It is.
And Knott Central's boys soccer team playing at the football field down here as well. Playing the Hazard Bulldogs. Bailey hits it, and it's going to go long.
I'm sure, man, we have parents scattered all over the place because you have a middle school football, you have soccer outside, a fantastic volleyball game right here.
Love everybody playing different sports.
Man, we've been blessed this year to have some great volleyball games.
Baker hits it, but there's Adams. Oh, my. Pack with the left hand gets it across. Baker off the double block. Adams with a call. Pack off the block, but there is Miller across Blair to Baker off the double block, but Paige Adams with the dig. Blair back set to Miller. Over the top, but there's Blair. Free ball for Letcher County Central. Holbrook gives it up to Lowe, and she's going to be underneath, and that's going to be a point for Knott County Central. So tight to the net, Bets.
It was, but she done everything she could to get the ball was great, and she tried to stay out. It just, the momentum drug her in there.
Holbrook over the top, and it's going to be a point for Letcher Central. Eldridge in for Blevins, 5-2. Knott County Central, we're in set number 3. Both teams with a set apiece, minus Blair with Betty Caudill, Greg Taylor, and Stephen Banks. We're enjoying this immensely. Lowe with a hard hit off the double block, couldn't get to it. And it's going to be point, Letcher County Central.
Yeah, Taylor and Samara were there, but they're not going across the net now. And that could be, Lowe's hammering the ball right off the side of their hands.
And that's going to be a touch by Sluss, and that's going to be a point. Thought it may have had a chance going out, but that was going to be close. Roberta Waddell, she's finally got to us tonight. It has been a good one. Oh, and King unable to contain it, and that's going to tie it up at 5 apiece. Thank you for tuning in, Vicki Wampler.
And minus, you can tell these serves how wicked they are because your top 5 or 6 teams handle serves really well, and both these teams are having a hard time.
And that was going to be hit off the antenna, and that's going to be a point for Letcher Central. Thank you, Tim Eldridge, for tuning in down at Campton, Kentucky. Over the top, free play, going to the Low. Over the top, oh, seems like that net's angled this way or something. And it's going to be a point for Knott County Central. Ties it up at 6 apiece. Sluss out, Kraft in.
When you're playing as hard as both of these teams, you just get some lucky bounces sometimes.
Goes back to Lowe. Lowe pushes in the corner. Point.
That was a nice shot by Lowe.
Lowe doing a good job of varying up her hits.
Yes, she seen that Samara was about halfway, and she just pushed it to the line.
Letcher Central goes ahead 7-6 here in set number 3. Oh, Eldridge, and it's going to be blocked and then off of Blair. Point by Eldridge. Like I said, Friday night we'll be in Hyden, Kentucky, a big game for Knott Central and Leslie County. Off of Sluss, dive by King and unable to save it. Point Letcher Central, 9-6.
Knott County cannot, if they plan to have a chance at this game, they cannot let Letcher County Central get a 5 or 6 point lead because you're always fighting from behind.
Lowe to continue to serve. And, nice shot
by Lowe.
And that's going to stretch the lead out to 10-6. And Waddell's going to come in for King. Sluss, nice up. Blair across to Kraft. She draws it. Eldridge saves it. Free ball for Knott County Central. Sluss gives it back over to Baker, and that's going to be a kill. Point Knott County Central. Kinley Baker in for Lily Blair. Miller to serve. Baker going off her trampoline and putting that one down.
Oh.
That's into the net, and that's going to be a point for Letcher Central. Combs in for Bailey, and Combs will serve.
Honestly, this is probably the most serves that we have seen Knott County miss.
Yes. And it seems
Nice
like
serve.
it grows, and that's Combs with ace. And that will make it 12-7.
That was a fastball, man. That thing shot off of her arms.
Thank you, Tyler Watts, for tuning in. Nice job by Baker. Back set to Baker. Oh, man, you got to get out of the way of that.
You do.
Nothing that Pat could do with that.
No, she was there.
Yeah.
It just, nobody was there to block Baker.
Velocity, speed, Baker to Pack. Cannot save it as it goes into the bench. Point Knott County Central. Hit that like and share button because it looks like to me we're going to have a long night, Betty Boone.
Yes.
And that's going to be another serve for Baker, and that's going to be a free point, 12-10.
Just like we've said, both of these teams receive serves pretty well, and they're having a hard time tonight, so you can tell there's some wicked movement going on.
Eldridge free ball, Knott County Central, back set. Baker over the top, and that's going to go long. Point, Letcher County Central. Baker just did not get over top of that one. Eldridge to serve. Back set, Kraft. Eldridge is up over to, that's going to be a short, but there was Sluss to save it on two. But Paige Adams goes and gets it. And Pack with a kill. (14-10) Letcher County Central. We're in set number 3, the Bank of Hyman volleyball game of the week. That one's going to go long. Point Knott County Central.
You could see the air just kept lifting that ball.
Sluss to serve for Knott County Central. Bump set out to Pack. Miller to Waddell, and it doesn't cross. It'll be point, Letcher County Central. McCullum out and Low in for Letcher Central. And it's not going to cross, and it'll be point Knott County Central. Letcher Central 2 service errors in a row. Blair will come in for Baker, and Blair will go back to serve.
I see Adams, his dad over there, just take his hat off and rub his head. He's like, I don't know. We do this every day.
A lot. All parents do that.
They do. But that's how intense this game has been since the first ball went up.
Waddell, but there's Blevins' overpass. It was a fight for it, and it's won by Letcher Central. Point Letcher Central, 16-12. Bailey will come in for Combs. Holbrook to serve, and can't have a third servicer in a row. Blair gives it up to Miller. There's Adams. I think I called Adams Page a while ago. It's Piper.
You may have. I'm not sure.
I think I did. And that's going to be off the double block by Pack. It's because I've had about 4 Page Adamses in my teaching career.
That's okay.
I'm getting old, guys.
I've made a few mistakes in my time, too.
Point Letcher Central, 17-12. Thank you for tuning in, Coach Winston Lee. We love you too, brother. Goes to Bailey, goes over to the side, but Adams with a save, goes back to Pack. There's a double block. Deep far corner, but there was Blair to save it. Cut shot by Waddell down the line.
That was a nice shot by Waddell.
Bailey over top. Pack calls. Holbrook out of system, but they're going to call a illegal contact, and that will be Knott County Central's points. And that will make it 17-13. Waddell out. King will go back to serve.
Right now, both teams are sort of out of system. We're getting a lot of free balls. So there's no system plays going right now. They're just, somebody's got to lock in.
There's the bump set, another free ball. Let's see if Knott Central can do something in system. Goes to Bailey, and that is the 1-2-3 you were talking about, Betty Vaughn. Point Knott County Central. Thank you, Tim Frazier, for tuning in. Ooh, that one just dropped on Adams, and that's going to be a point. Knott Central as they draw within 2 here in set number 3. Both teams with 1 set apiece. Blevins. It's going to be a nice job by Holbrook to keep it alive. Back outside to Baker. Adams. Pack. Ooh, it doesn't cross, and that'll be a 4, and that will be point. Knott County Central, and Coach Van Hoos quickly calls a timeout here in set number 3, and we're going to take a timeout here on Hometown 24. Stay with us.
For over 100 years, the Bank of Hyman has been committed to serving our community and serving the future of our families, homes, and businesses. With our new convenient online banking, viewing your account balance and history, transferring money, and paying bills has never been easier or more secure. And with the construction of our new headquarters, we've renewed our promise to Hyman to stand by our customers even in troubling economic times, because we're not just your bank, we're your neighbors. That's the Bank of Hyman. Log on to www.bankofhyman.com or give us a call at 606-785-3158.
Welcome back to the Bank of Hyman Volleyball Game of the Week, and it has been a game of the week so far. 17-16 in set number 3. Both teams have 1 set apiece. Coach Van Hoos trying to knock down a little bit of that momentum that Knott County Central has picked up here in set number 3.
This goes to show how well these coaches know their teams. Van Hoos, so far, these timeouts that she's called has worked. So she understands her team. She knows what they need, when they need it. And whatever she's saying is it because it's pulled them back each time. So we'll see if this one works.
King with a serve. In system goes to Lowe. And that's going to be a point. And who better to go to than Lowe? She's been the one on the front line that has consistently scored for Letcher County Central. Pack into the, I thought it was over, but it didn't go, and that's going to be a point for Knott County Central. Bailey to serve for Knott County Central. Thanks for tuning in, Rob Sheeler. That one's going to go long, and that's going to be just ball. That was a nice call by official over there, Stacy. He made the call. That's one of the toughest calls he's had over there.
Yes.
King, and it's going to be over the top, and it's going to be down, and they're going to want a back. Coach Van Hoos was wanting a back row attack, and she doesn't get the call, and that's going to be a point for Knott County Central. And Captain Pack is asking about it.
And to get that girl has to touch. She has to be in contact with the ball above the net.
Right.
And I would have been asking more for a carry on that.
Yeah.
Not that it was a carry because they didn't call it either way, but I don't think she was above the net.
And Adams is not going to be able to control it, and it will tie the score in set number 3 at 19 apiece.
I like that. Adams automatically turns around and says, "My fault." She knows how to clean that up.
And it goes right back to her. Holbrook with a call. It's going to be a free ball for Knott County Central. In system goes across, and that's going to be Baker. Holbrook with it there, and it's going to be point Knott County Central as they move ahead 20-19.
See, smart play by Zoe Miller. Adams messes up, and what does she do? She takes it right back to her.
Nice up by Bailey. McCullum. Free ball is going to come to Knott County Central. Oh, and it's going to go long, and it'll be point Knott County Central. That one just kept going.
She just about caught Knott County Central off guard.
And Coach Van Hoos is going to call her second timeout in set number 3 as Knott County has stretched the lead out to 2. And we're going to take a break on Hometown 24.
Tucked deep within the rolling hills and ancient ridgelines of the Appalachian Mountains, Eastern Kentucky is a place where heritage runs deep and community runs deeper. Known for its coal mining legacy, bluegrass traditions, and fiercely proud people, this region tells a story of resilience, creativity, and quiet beauty. I'm going to take you along with me as I visit some different counties of Eastern Kentucky and explore what all this amazing region has to offer. Hi, I'm Rebecca McCauley, and this is Bluegrass and Backroads.
Welcome back to the campus of Letcher County Central. And we were talking about our production crew doing an outstanding job and liking the food in which they like. Timeout by Coach Van Hoos to kind of stem the tide that Knott County Central has gone up by 2 here in set number 3. And
and like we said, Mayes, we've caught some great games this year.
And this is going right along with it.
Exactly.
And Bailey, nice up to Holbrook. Goes back to Bailey over the top. Was it touched?
No. It was out.
The bench was asking for a touch, but it's going to go wide, and that's going to be point Knott County Central. Letcher Central got a side out here. Free ball, Knott County Central. Goes back set. Baker pushes it off the double block, but they were able to get it on this side. Baker with a hit. Goes to McCullum. Cut shot, Baker in system. It goes wide, and it's going to be down, and it's going to be a double contact, and it's going to be point Knott County Central. Could see that one clearly off the hands. Letcher Central must side out. And that's going to be a point, which leads to set point number 1 here in set 3 for Knott County Central.
Right here, Letcher Central, they've got to get the ball. They have to play. They've got to be ready to go get. When it's hit, they have to go get it.
And that's going to end it. 25-19 in set number 3 for Knott County Central. And when we come back, we'll have the 4th set of this Bank of Hyman Game of the Week. So stay with us.
No one likes an uninvited guest, especially when that guest is a potentially dangerous pest. So call Bluegrass Pest Management and let the pros take care of your problem. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, providing much-needed jobs to local people. With 3 locations in Hazard, London, and Hindman, they treat rats, mice, roaches, bed bugs, termites, and many more. Open Monday through Friday and now servicing all of Kentucky. Say goodbye to your uninvited guests today. Call Bluegrass Pest Management. Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Welcome back to the campus of Letcher County Central here at the Cougar Den. And Knott County Central takes set number 3, 25-19. Set 2 went to Letcher Central, 27-25. And the first set went to Knott County Central, 25-22. And Letcher Central led that, got back in, but it's a back and forth of Fire Betty Vaughn, and it's been tremendously exciting volleyball.
It has been, and you know, the district is week after next, so you figure they're both gonna. I think the district's played at Jenkins, so
yes, it is.
You know, I'm not sure. I'm guessing that Knott County is probably seeded number 1 and Letcher is number 2.
Based on this game, it will probably determine that.
Well, that's probably true. You're exactly right.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
So.
And we have yet to mention the volleyball games that we will have next week, but we've got 3 in a row coming next week. October 13th, we will have Wolfe County here at Letcher Central, another top 5 matchup. October 14th, Jenkins will come here for Letcher Central, and I believe that is senior night, and that would be for Miss Katie Combs. And then on October 15th, the Leslie County Eagles, who defeated Knott County in the first game, will go to Knott County for senior night for those seniors of Knott County Central. So a very good lineup next week. 3 in a row, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
And it's a good way, you notice it's a good way to close their season. They're all playing top-ranked teams.
And, you know, the shuffle of the top 5 and you know, I just think Knott County Central, Leslie County, Breathitt, Letcher Central, and Wolfe County are those top 5. And then somewhere after that is Hazard, Powell County, and Perry Central.
I haven't seen Powell. I have seen Hazard and Perry.
Yep.
But when it comes tournament time, this is what you're going to see. You throw your records out the window, and it's 0-0 now. Who has the better team play that night?
And that's what you're going to see. If you haven't been to a volleyball game, come out to Jenkins for the district tournament, or drive to Leslie County for the regional, because it's going to be a barn burner every night.
Yeah, you should have good games every night.
And Knott Central will start with Baker to serve. Outside to Pack over the top, but there's Sluss. Waddell over top. Blevins with it. Goes back out to Pack over top. Baker probably should have let that one go, but she said, my bad. And it's going to be a point for Letcher County Central. McCullum out.
Well, and minus you're standing there and the ball's coming right at you. You know, do you hit it or do you dodge?
Or does it hit you?
That's true.
Blair outside off the top was Miller. Bump set. Pack goes down, but there's Blair. Bump set across. Waddell over the top. Did it go out? It did go out, and that's going to be point. Letcher Central. And, you know, Letcher Central in set number 3 got off to a quick start. And then Knott Central was able to overcome that quick start.
And the same thing, you're going to see how Letcher Central comes back. You know, they just got beat, but I'm going to have to say they've stuck together. They got beat, come back the second game, played hard, won. Third game, they started off strong. Every game's been a great game so far, so you figure this one's going to be the same.
And Bailey with a kill there to give Knott County Central the point. King with a serve. Outside to Lowe. Blair back set over the top, but there's Combs. Holbrook in the middle over the top, but there's Miller. Baker over the top. Adams with a stop. It's going to be a free ball, but it's going to be 4, and it'll be point. Knott County Central ties it up at 2 apiece. Thank you for Hannah Collins for tuning in. Hannah Whitaker Collins.
Yes, that is my neighbor and former player.
Yeah.
I think I about coached that whole family.
Yep, I've taught all of them somewhere.
Yeah.
At Campbell's Branch or Letcher 1. Point Letcher Central 3-2. Coach Keith Baker tuning in. Coach Baker, I know he's getting ready for the girls' basketball season. Talked to Kaylee as she's coming out, and that is off the top, and that was a touch, and it will be a point for Knott County Central as Baker hit it off the top of the block.
Yeah, you could see that either hit the top of the net or somebody's hands because it shot straight up.
Blair back to Miller off the top, but there was Blevins. Back out, Pack draws it off the double block, and that's going to be a point for Letcher County Central, 4-3. Eldridge will come in for Blevins. Thank you, Lisa Sexton and Braxton Boyd, for tuning in tonight on Hometown 24. Hit that like and share button and let everybody know the game is still going on. Kraft, and that's going to be a nice play by Kraft. Kraft, an 8th grader to 4 apiece. We got 8th graders, freshmen, all the way up.
We got everything, son.
We got going on.
We've got the Duke mixture, and I love it. These coaches are not afraid to bring these underclassmen in and put them in. And you talk about pressure, it's been pressure every point.
Adams, Holbrook goes across. Eldridge off the double block, point. Letcher County Central, 5-4. Wayne Baker, I agree. It's what a game it is. It's a great game. And volleyball is a great game.
It is. And it has grown so much.
Back set, and my goodness, hard. Put it down by Baker. We've seen shots tonight that it's not for the weak of heart.
Not for the weak at heart, exactly.
Baker going back to serve at 5 apiece. Holbrook, that's all she could do. She got back in her spot, too. Eldridge, Baker, Miller, Waddell. Free ball for Knott County Central in system. Backside, Waddell. Oh, Pack does a nice job on 2. McCullum almost caught Knott Central off guard. Good call by Adams. Goes to Bailey, puts it down. Point, Letcher Central. Middle school game. Thank you, Bumper Adams. The middle school Cougars up 28-0 on Magoffin County in the third quarter down at the Ghost Chandler Field at the Will Smith Complex. And that's going to be a service error, 6-6. Sluss to serve. We are in set number 4. Over the top, but Sluss saves it. Baker. Free ball is Adams will hit it across. Goes to Bailey. Bailey puts it down. And that's going to make it 7-6 as Knott Central takes the lead.
See, what Combs did, when she seen the ball go into the middle on her team, she automatically stepped back. So the ball went over there, but she was still there ready to play the ball. So you have to back these hits up. When you see the ball, somebody has to back that play up.
Goes to McCullum, and is it going to cross? It is not, and that's going to be a point for Knott County Central, 8-6.
Figure whoever wins this will know that they have both been in a ball game tonight.
They're going to be a little bit sore, and then they got games tomorrow. And that's going to be a point for Knott County Central. Letcher Central's next game is on the is tomorrow at Central Virginia, and then Knott County Central goes to Hazard. So both of them right early to go to another match. The double block that time by Waddell and Bailey, and that's going to be a point. And Coach Van Hoos calls a timeout, so we'll take 1-2. So stay with us on Hometown 24.
Hi, I'm attorney David Johnson. You may recognize me from some of our other ads, but injuries from an auto accident are no joking matter. With over 25 years of experience, our offices have the resources and expertise to go head-to-head with big insurance. While most of our cases get resolved without going to court, trust me, they know if the attorney you choose will take it this far. Either way, our clients get paid. So for all your legal needs, get the pros on your side.
Welcome back as Coach Van Hoos has called a timeout at 10-6 here in set number 4. We shouldn't be able to have this much fun.
I know it, but I love it. She's sitting there asking, how did we get back in the games? What do we need to do to get us back in the game? And she's right. They played, both teams have played extremely hard. You've just got to get back into your rhythm of the game.
And they got to find Eldridge. Eldridge has been kind of non-existent in the last little bit, and got to find her right here.
You have to go to your money.
Slush down, Combs with it. Bump set goes to Eldridge. Tries to keep, but that Waddell was ready for it. And there's Bailey, and that's going to be another point as Bailey puts it down, 11-6, Knott County Central. Thank you for tuning in, Christy Perkins. And we've got a lot of viewers tonight, Betty Vaughn. We've got a lot of people tuning in.
Tina Lewis is going to have to come up and see me.
Tina,
I haven't seen her in a while.
She's at Jenkins. And that's going to be, they're going to say that's 4 as it didn't cross, and that's another point for Knott County Central. Knott Central on a 6-0 run.
Right here, Letcher County Central can't, same thing. They can't let Letcher County Central get a big lead because they're going to be fighting from behind the rest of the game.
McCullum deep down, but there's Baker. Goes up to, and it's a little miscommunication as Bailey was able to come forward on it. Eldridge off the double block. Miller with it. Bump set goes all the way back to Waddell down the line. Combs. McCullum with a cut shot down the middle. Outside to Waddell, and that's going to be right on the line. Nice play by Waddell, and that's going to be 13-6 here in set number 4.
I was just getting ready to say Waddell's not having her hitting game, then she hammers one, so I'm glad I didn't say that.
McCullum stops it, goes back out. Eldridge, and that's what I was talking about. Eldridge can't be doing it soft. She's got to hit it hard.
Yeah. And the thing is, these big girls have to be able, if that ball's set above that net, they've got to be able to hit every time. They need to be ready to hit every time.
Eldridge to serve. And Bailey draws it for the kill. 14-7. Blair in. Baker out. Lily Blair will go back to serve. And Blevins unable to, 15-7. She was unable to contain it. Right back to Blevins. It's going to go back out, and it's over the top. Slush stops it, goes back out to Waddell. She draws it down the middle. Combs with it. All the way across to Pack over the top. Blair, Miller, Adams, Holbrook across to Pack down the line, but Blair stops it. Miller with a kill.
Nice shot by Miller.
16-7.
You can tell that both of these teams, their hitters have hit a lot of balls because they can hit on the net, off the net, wide, short. It just has to be up in the air for them.
Blevins overpass, and that's going to be, Combs was ready for it, and it's going to be a point. That's 11-1 run for Knott County Central, 17-7. Letcher Central got to regroup really quickly here. This set's going to be gone to end the match. Overpass, and it's going to be point. Knott County Central.
Van Hoos is going to take a timeout.
And it's going to be the second timeout at 18-7 here in set 4. Stay with us here on Hometown 24.
TVS has made a commitment to bringing you the best channel lineups and most diverse video packages available. We are proud to introduce Broadband TV, our newest and most affordable video package yet. 48 of the most watched channels we offer, some new channels only available with this package, and over 300 of the best free ad-supported channels available, all for only $29.95.
Welcome back to Letcher County Central High School. Coach Van Hoos with their second time out in set number 4, 18-7. Knott Central won first set 25-22. Second set, Letcher Central 27-25. Third set, Knott Central won 25-19. Remember that our next volleyball match will be on the 13th, and it'll be Wolfe County right back here at Letcher Central. Our next football game will be Friday night at Hyden, Kentucky. Knott County Central and Leslie County in a big 2A matchup in the district.
Man, you don't get very many nights off.
Nope, and that's going to be an ace for Blair. Well, I'm going to Keeneland Thursday. I'm going to take a day off.
Okay.
I've been working too hard.
Right. I bet Cindy would agree with that.
Yep.
Smart play by Pack just to get the ball in.
Waddell off the block, and it's going to be a point, making it 20-7. Thank you for tuning in, old Joey Caudill.
Van Hoos has, she's subbed. She's giving some of her younger girls a little bit of experience on the floor. Trying to see if she can get some momentum broke.
Over the top, and it's going to be a point as Baker, no, it was Miller that kind of edged it over, and it's 21-7. Blair to serve. Right hits it. It's going to be free ball for Knott County Central. Outside, Waddell down the line off, and it's going to be scramble, and it's going to be free ball Knott County Central. And off, and it's going to be point 22-7 Knott County Central. And that's going to go long. Point.
That was a good try by Pack. I like that they're behind, but she's hitting the ball. She barely missed that corner. And Knott County Central was there. They were there to receive the ball.
Oh, and Bailey hits it in the middle of the net, and that'll be a point for Letcher County Central. (23-8) here in the fourth set. And that will bring us to match point, 24-8.
Van Hoo has some subs, and I'm not sure. I don't think they were a little rattled about who's the setter on the right now. So.
Yeah, Sophie Baker is an 8th grader that has come in. And then, of course, she's kind of mixing it up, and that's what you do.
Exactly.
We've talked about it several times, and that is going to end it as Baker will put it down, and that will make it 25-8 in the fourth set as Knott County Central will improve to 25-2. Letcher Central will drop to 17-11, and our Alice Lloyd College player of the game will be Betty Boone.
Number 3, Taylor Baker. She just played an excellent job on defense. She was hot when they needed her to score. And I like that she was always motivating. You could see them talking, trying to keep each other up, even when they, that was it the second game they went down.
Second, yep.
You can still see them. They're huddling together and talking. So hats off, though, to Letcher County Central. They played hard. I thought Van Hoos played a very smart game. I thought she used her timeouts great to try to keep her team in the game.
And, the thing about it is we're getting down on that long, gritty road 2 weeks. And before you know it, we've got district play. And, of course, once again, to remind you, the district play in the 53rd District will be at Jenkins High School. And the 14th Region Girls Volleyball Tournament will be at Leslie County High School. So if you haven't had an opportunity to come out and watch a game, please do so, whether it be the 53rd, 54th, 55th, or the 56th District.
Exactly. And I have a feeling this will be one of the better regions that's been in a couple of years. You have, if all your better teams get there, well, if you make it to the region, you've beat somebody, so
you got a chance.
And you deserve to be there, so you're going to be one of those 8 teams, and it should be a really good region.
Yep. And I want to thank A.D. Blake Mason. I want to thank the administration for Letcher Central for allowing us to come in and do the game. Thank you to our Hometown 24 crew, and they always do a great job, and they do a good job of eating before the game and to get ready.
They do.
So they're going to get me for saying that probably. But anyway, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I want to thank our sponsors. I want to thank Bank of Hyman, as always, and Alice Lloyd College for sponsoring our player. The game, once again, was Taylor Baker.
So our next game is the 13th, 14th, and 15th.
We will have 3 in a row, and I will have to make sure that I keep my voice, and if I don't, Betty Vaughn will just take over for me.
Exactly.
So that being said, we've enjoyed it once again, and I hope you enjoyed it as our loyal watchers and viewers on Hometown 24, and with that being said, God bless you, and I hope everyone has a safe night. So, good night.